Hey guys, it's Gary back for another legal tip. Today we're talking about reverse contingencies. In case y'all didn't know it, there's not a lot of houses for sale. I know that's mind blowing to hear that, right? But the inventory is very low. And so one of the common issues that real estate agents are running into, you'll talk to somebody who says, I'm interested in selling my house. And then there's a next word, but. And the but is, but I have nowhere to go. And I'm afraid if I list my house, it'll sell in 24, 48 hours, which is probably true. And then I won't have anywhere to go. And then I'll be homeless and I don't know what to do. Well, Krista Mashore, who is one of our speakers at the April 7th Real Estate Success Summit, which we're almost sold out on. So if you still want to come to that, you really need to buy tickets. And I'll put the link below. Chris and I've talked about this, and on my podcast, on the podcast I was with her, where she had her podcast, and I think when she was on the podcast with me, and her podcast is called Fired Up, she talked about that in a way that real estate agents need to attack that. So one of the strategies, and I'm sure on April 7th, Krista will be talking about this as well, but one of the strategies you always can look at doing is a reverse contingency. And so a lot of people have asked me recently, tell me about these reverse contingencies. The seller can put in the contract that it is contingent on them finding a house. And so we have seen good agents who, when a buyer approaches a seller and says, okay, I want to buy your house, and they reach an agreement, that there will be a contingency provision in that contract saying this contract is contingent on the seller finding a suitable house for them to purchase. This contingency is for 15 or 20 days and is satisfied by the signing of a contract. And so once they get to that point, then they're ready to go. There are other things we've seen too, is for buyers that can't afford to do it, is that we've seen sellers go ahead and before they list their property and go ahead and find a house, get a bridge loan at one of the local banks, like a First Community or one of the safe credit unions or something like that, get a temporary, like a 90-day or 120-day or 1-year bridge loan, a little higher interest rate to buy their house with, then sell their house, pay off the bridge loan and refinance it. Yes, it does cost them a little bit extra money, but it allows them to buy a house, then sell their house, make money, and capitalize on all the equity in that house they sold. So that's another strategy. And then the third strategy that we're seeing is we're seeing that there are companies out there where you can have them buy a house for you using their money. You pay them like a 1% fee, but they'll basically buy the house and take title to it. So you can go ahead and identify a house, let them buy it. If you don't have the money, let them pay, and on the house you pay a 1% fee to them. Then you sell your house and then you go buy it from that company. So there are some strategies out there that we all need to start thinking about to get more people to list, because we need more listings out there. The more listings we can get, hopefully we can get this back to a normal market. All right, so I hope that helps you guys. Don't forget, this week's podcast is a really good podcast. It's talking about love letters, wholesaling, and all the issues and risks that a real estate agent has in those matters. And then lastly, I wanted to remind you again, don't forget, April 7th, Real Estate Success Summit here in Columbia, $50 a ticket. We are getting very close to the end of tickets being sold. So if you want to get a ticket, you need to try to jump on it real quick, because I think they'll be pretty much gone soon. Krista Mashore, Jeff Lobb, Eric Sachs, owner of Breakthrough Broker, Suzanne Tulene, Brand Clarity. Great lineup of speakers for you, and it's going to be an incredible day at the Columbia Convention Center, April 7th. All right, hope to see y'all there. Y'all have a great weekend.